Mr. Kolga, you mentioned that the Gulag exhibit was very near to your heart. Could you please give us a glimpse of what your grandfather encountered when he was in Gulag?
Well, I mean, it was pure horror. He was there in the Gulag, 41 to 42, with about, well, there were 30,000 other Estonians in the camps at the time. And he described the winter between 41 and 42 as just being a horrific time. There were people, his countrymen were dying all around him from starvation, from the cold. They had been taken to the Gulag in the summer, but they weren't told to bring any winter clothing along, and they weren't provided any. So the temperatures were dropping down to minus 30, and these men were sent out for 15, 16 hours a day in the dead of winter with summer clothes to cut down trees. So of course, I mean, a third of them died, and they weren't fed, and there was all sorts of disease. I mean, these camps were just filthy. They didn't take care of the inmates. So he described just a scene of horror, and luckily he was able to get out.
We were able to catch a glimpse of what the virtual exhibit is all about, but what else does the website hold? What does it entail?
Well, there are all sorts of micro exhibits. So there's a timeline of the gulags with specific dates, how it grew, how it got built, so what happened in it throughout the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. There's an interactive map of the gulag where you can roll over and just visually see on a geographic scale the vastness of this camp system, and statistics on how many people, how many inmates were in all of these different areas of the gulag. So it's quite incredible. There are essays and videos, all sorts of stuff on the.
What do you want to achieve with this virtual museum?
In a word, awareness. I think the level of awareness overall about the Gulag and Soviet repressions is low, both in Canada, where I live, and in the United States. And we need to increase that. And the way to do it, I believe, is through these interactive type of exhibits, through videos and that sort of a thing, so that youth can actually come in and almost feel what this topic is about. So that's it, it's awareness.